All right, y'all. AEW Dynamite review for November 2nd, 2022. Was probably the worst Dynamite card of the year, Dynamite show of the year, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett. Nobody gives a fuck about Jeff Jarrett, man, but come on, man. Like 50 years old, 60 years old. Been relevant for years. And then you had some fake Sting showed up. Nobody knew, took his mask off, and nobody knew who the fuck he was. And then the women's title match, that match sucked. And then you had during the match, Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose doing live commentary. That was fucking terrible. And on top of all of that, they got this Ring of Honor shit going on. They're pushing Ring of Honor so much. It's just too much, man. It's ridiculous. All right. Get to the review. First match, Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal flips Allin to the steps, and then Lethal German suplex Darby onto the apron. Darby Allin hit the coffin splash off of the middle rope, and Darby Allin hit a flipping stunner. And then fake Sting comes out of nowhere. He's in the crowd or whatever. He's got a mask on and a Sting jacket on. He attacks Darby. Jay Lethal hits a lethal injection for the win. They reveal this fake Sting, and apparently he's some jobber from NXT who got fired. I don't know. And then Sting's song plays, and then Tony Schiavone, oh, it's Sting, starts going crazy like he always does for his entrance, and it's not Sting. Jeff Jarrett attacks Darby Allin with a guitar. So yeah, that was pretty much it for that. Next match, we got Jon Moxley versus Lee Moriarty. Another random match, just came out of nowhere. Lee hit a DDT. Mox had an RKO for a 2 count. Lee Moriarty locks in a crossface. Moxley counters it into a pinfall for a 2 count. And then Moxley locked in an armbar for the win. After the match, Ethan Page attacked Moxley, and then that was pretty much it for that. Probably sending a message to MJF. The segment in the back with William Regal and Tony Schiavone. Regal's pretty much just saying MJF has a long way to go and shit. Just trying to send a warning to MJF, I guess. All right, next up, we got the Acclaims, Daddy Ass, Birthday Bash. Billy Gunn's hands are like broken or whatever, all taped up, so he couldn't scissor. And then, so it's one of the presents from the Acclaim was foam fingers, so he could scissor. And then, pretty much it. He just scissored them, and then they got another gift for him. It was an adoption certificate or letter or some shit. They want Billy Gunn to adopt them. Not a fucking fuck. And then so Billy Gunn's sons come out, the Gun Club. They got a gift for him, and then it's pretty much that guy from WWE, Big Cass. He attacks them, and then that's pretty much it. FTR came out, and then, that was pretty much it for that. So it's gonna be an 8-man tag next week. Next up, we got Jericho versus mystery opponent, Colt Cabana, pretty much just to piss off CM Punk even more. Colt Cabana tried to pick up Jericho near the top rope. This was pretty much a botch because they both fell, and Colt Cabana fucked up the move. They were lucky that Daniel Garcia was there to absorb some of the blow, so both of them didn't get injured. So good on him, I guess. Back from the break, Colt Cabana hit a splash on the top rope for a near fall. And Cole hit a moonsault on the Hager and Garcia. And then Jericho hit the code breaker for the win. After the match, Jericho Appreciation Society tries to attack a Ring of Honor commentator that was there calling the match. And then Cesaro and everybody from the Backpool Combat Club comes out to make the save. And except there was no Moxley and no Regal. Not sure why, but yeah, that was pretty much it for that. Next up, we got Luchasaurus versus Ray Phoenix versus Orange Cassidy for the All Atlantic Championship. Luchasaurus hit a double drop kick out of the ring. Cassidy hit a 720 DDT. I don't think I've seen that in a while. Luchasaurus hit a double shoulder tackle on both guys. And then Luchasaurus hit a double clothesline back from the break. Orange Cassidy hit an orange punch on Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus chokeslammed Ray Phoenix through the table on the outside near the barricade. And then Luchasaurus is about to hit a chokeslam on Cassidy near the top of the entrance ramp. And then the Jungle Boy comes out of nowhere from the back. He hits Luchasaurus with 2 chair shots. And then he ran and hit a diving splash through 2 or 3 tables, not sure, onto Luchasaurus. And then, so that pretty much eliminated him for the match. It was pretty much one-on-one. And then Pac comes out to give Ray Phoenix the hammer that he likes to use now, the hammer for the ring bell. Ray Phoenix throws it away, and then Cassidy hit for the orange punch for the win on Ray Phoenix. So it looks like probably Pac's gonna turn heel and eventually feud with Ray Phoenix and Penta. Get out of the Death Triangle group. So we'll see how that goes. Segment in the back with Rick Ross, the boss, the biggest boss. He told Shoni Schiavone and Swerve to celebrating with champagne. Keith Lee shows up. He says, Swerve, you respond to my texts or my calls. You cheated against Billy Gunn. And he's like, whose voice was that behind the camera when you kidnapped Billy Gunn last week? And then, yeah, that was pretty much it for that. So they're possibly teasing a breakup. Probably going to happen after they lose to the Acclaimed. It's going to be, they're going to get a rematch for the tag titles against the Acclaimed at Full Gear. Another segment in the back, House of Black. Looks like they're coming back. There's Malachi Black and Brody King. It was like a vignette or whatever. They were wrapped in white cloth, and then they were shipped overseas or over water onto a beach somewhere. They like burned them or some shit. I don't know. So they're gonna return. All right, next up. Okay, I have to get to this. So this match just pretty much sucked. During the match, or before the match started, Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose come out and they're doing commentary. This is probably one of the worst segments in AEW in their short history. Yeah, this is pretty much just terrible. And then Jay just hit a big boot and her finishing move for the win. It was like a 2-minute match. And then we had the main event, some more Ring of Honor stuff for the World TV title. Samoa Joe hit a elbow, and Brian Cage hit a drop kick. Brian Cage hit a clothesline, and then Joe hit a senton for a 2 count. And then Joe hit a power slam for a near fall. And then Brian Cage hit an elbow drop from the top rope, and he spun in the air towards the corner, towards the turnbuckle when he did it for a 2 count. And then Brian Cage hit a discus lariat for a near fall. Samoa Joe applied a chokehold. Brian Cage tapped out. And then after the match, the Embassy attacked Joe. And then Wardlow came out with a save. And then the Embassy left. And then out of nowhere, Will Hobbs, he spinebusters Wardlow. So they're going to set up a match between Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow at Full Gear. The TNT title. I don't know why they don't use Wardlow, Ricky Starks. I don't know where the hell he went. And then they got Andrade and Miro. I don't know why they're not using these guys every week. They got talented guys. They're just not using them. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for Dynamite. See you.